We already started installing our tiles. We have 3 rows ready, and today Milan will remove some of the levelers. Unfortunately, we bought the wrong size, so we had to place 2 levelers, but it did the job. Next time we buy, we'll get the right size because these are a bit too big for our mortar, a bit too high. But they do the job, so it works. Milan will now start removing these that we won't need anymore, and in the next days we'll continue with more tiles. The most time consuming job is measuring the small pieces which are around the corners. Our walls are very, very curvy. We don't have straight angles. So we decided we start from the middle of the room where will be the most visible area, and we continue both sides to the corners. Hopefully we will not end up with diagonal pieces, although this might be the case because we have around 16 centimeters difference.
Even more. In some places, we're moving very slow. In average, 7 tiles per hour. But yes, because this is the first time we put tiles, we decided to go slow. But for now, I think everything looks fine. And unfortunately, because our tiles are a bit longer, we have to put a lot of these limiters. In average, I think 8 to 10 per tile. We bought 400. I don't think that will be enough. Maybe we'll have to buy 400 more for the other rooms. But that's clever system. It works fine. So let's get some of them. Let's remove them. Quite easy. I'm removing only the old ones that we finished 2 days ago.
Yeah, the last third row is actually installed yesterday, but I think the mortar we got is very good, so we won't have any issues. One thing we noticed while installing our tiles was that we have to remove all excessive mortar because it goes on the edges of the tile and causes some problems. So to have good spacing between the tiles, we have to be careful and watch to the excessive mortar, to remove it with toothbrush or something like that, or sponge.
I think we largely clear most of them. Here is some mortar, but we'll clean with some knife or something like that. These things you keep because you can use them. The white ones.
The white ones you break with the hammer, so they go to the
Unfortunately, you can't use them.
recycling bin. They go to recycling bin for plastic stuff.
Unfortunately, they are not very cheap, the white ones. We paid something like 30, almost 30, 25, 27 euros for 400 of these. But I think it worked because otherwise it would be very hard to keep to level the floor.
So with 400, we are installing approximately 10 for each tile. We'll have enough for about 40 tiles.
Approximately, yes. For some places it's impossible to put limiters, but in most cases you use them. For some of the small pieces you put just 2 or 3. Okay.
It started looking better, even with 3 rows of tiles. It makes such a big difference. I think we made the right choice with this light color, not much pattern on the tiles. I'm using lots of my time to get the right pattern tiles because some of the tiles have some darker patterns and I'm trying to add them in the corners. We want to have here as much possible plain surface, but I think we are okay here.
In some cases, unfortunately, they can't get out, so we have to cut with knife or something like that.
With something sharp. So for now we've installed just 14 tiles and I think we've used almost 1 bag which is 25 kilos of the mortar. So I think the guy from the shop was right, and we'll need probably 12 bucks for all the tiles we have to install now. Is it working?
Yeah. We will need bigger knife or some of them. Unfortunately, there is not enough space. But
Looks like we have not cleaned excessive mortar on all places, and with two of the levelers we have some small issue. They cannot be broken, but it's not such a big problem. Mixing the mortar for the next batch of tiles we will install today.
so basically, when you get the consistency like soft butter, you just leave it for 2-3 minutes. After that, you mix it again, and that's all.
And you can apply the tiles.
Yeah, you can apply the tiles. I would recommend to prepare the exact amount of mortar that you need for few tiles because it dries very fast.
How long you can work with that?
30-40 minutes, even an hour. It depends how much water you put. But usually it's recommended to prepare the exact amount that you need for the job you will do.
You can always mix more, but when it gets really hard to work, you have to throw it away. So it's better to mix the amount you need. We've got some mortar here, and we are applying the next row of tiles. Don't press it too hard.
It's fine.
Yeah. Maybe with this batch of mortar we went a bit too diluted. We put a bit more water.
Too much water. Here, but that causes trouble now because and does move there so. But yeah, I think this one is fine.
Once you fixed the tile, you move to the next.
Yes, so.
We just mix a new batch of glue, and firstly you apply a thin layer like that. We are trying to install 2 tiles at once.
I'm so grateful to put more tiles, but 2-3 tiles at once I think is perfectly fine.
Especially for not experienced people like us.
Exactly. If you don't have experience, that's no small.
The trouble is that our builder left the surface very rough, and some small stones go in the mortar. We cannot make it smoother because we cannot increase the level, so it slows down a bit the process.
Yes, we are forced to keep not more than 8 millimeters with glue, so it doesn't make things easier. And the stick is very, very rough and a lot of small stones cause problems.
I think you need a bit more for the offset of 20 here.
Yeah.
Mm.
So here.
Yeah, this is from your gloves.
So the Chinese guys, but your gloves are It is highly recommended to clean your floor if you have rough aspect like that. Unfortunately, the vacuum cleaner didn't manage to clean it.
You should get nice and smooth boards. In our case, the mortar is not enough, so Milen is adding some more.
Like an amateur, this is the hardest part. You decide how much mortar you have to put. It's not going to be too much, but going to be less.
On the first house we had too much mortar and it went between the tiles. It caused lots of trouble cleaning. So you should determine the exact amount you need.
Which is again not easy. As I understand, the idea here is to avoid these air bubbles. But yeah. I think it's fine.
Maybe just a bit. Maybe just a bit in that corner. That corner.
This one?
I think it's not enough.
Just a bit more.
Just have it with the spatula. I'm sorry for my voice. I am again sick. 10 days ago I was sick and now I am again with some virus. So my voice is awful.
This virus is even worse than the previous one.
Much better.
Okay, maybe this way. Okay.
We have numbered our tiles to know which one falls, so it's easier that way. I'm trying to follow some nice patterns on the floor, something a builder wouldn't do.
This is my first perfect tile, actually. All others were a bit, one side, the other side. This one is.
Just don't forget the spacers. If it doesn't need it, don't hammer it.
Well, the professionals say that you have to move slightly the tile so you can damage the boards, these bridges. So the tile is covered at least 80-85%. But it's not that easy sometimes.
I think that one looks okay. We started cleaning the borders of the tiles when putting the spacers because the mortar gets between the white thing, and after that you cannot remove it.
Causes a lot of troubles. Actually, it moves even the tile a bit. 1 millimeter is not a lot, but still, if you notice that, it's annoying. So, better clean. That's what that's the problem. These are nice things, but sometimes they cause more troubles than help. So, I don't know.
I think we're gonna need probably 5 more bags of these.
Probably. I initially started adding 10, now I changed them to 8, because really in some cases it's not easy to balance them, but I think 8 is enough for this size of towel. Okay.
We've got a bit bigger space here in this direction. Too much mortar.
That's okay.
I can't even see it.
Just on this side. It's okay. Here is a bit.
See what happens with the excessive mortar.
Definitely not right.
That happens.
It's not very pleasant.
You need to get a sponge or a toothbrush. Toothbrush works even better.
Brush is perfect, but you have to clean before it gets dry. Quick update with the tiles installation progress. After a week, we have this part of the room finished. We still have some small part of the room. We left this for the final installation because the walls here are not really leveled. You see what difference we have, around 20 centimeters, and we will see, but I think we will have some difficulties to choose the proper pieces on the end of the wall and cut them, because there will be probably pieces not bigger than 10 centimeters and it's not easy to cut them without breaking the tile. But we will see. For now everything goes fine. I think the tiles are properly installed. Having in mind that this is my first time installing tiles, it was relatively easy. We had some issues with the levels on this floor. The strict wasn't really equal everywhere, but I think we managed to fix them. After this room, we'll move to the next room. It will again take probably a week or 10 days to finish that one as well. And unfortunately, we spent a lot of time arranging the patterns of the tiles because it appears that although the color is the same, each packet have different patterns on the tiles, and it's really not easy to combine the proper patterns in one room. We don't want to end up with a room with so many different patterns. I think they should match it just a bit, and that takes really a lot of time. We have to open several packets, we have to choose the proper pattern. I'm happy that I have Diana helping me with that, because as a designer she knows how to choose the proper tiles, but that's really time consuming. It takes 2-3 hours to choose the proper pattern before you decide where to put the tile. And what we do is we just put the tiles on the floor, we arrange the patterns, and after that we remove them, and after that we install the tiles. And that takes probably more time than just installing the tiles. We'll keep you updated on how it goes next week. I hope this room will be finished as well, so we can move to the bedroom.
10 days ago, we started installing the tiles of the first floor of our house. So this is the progress we've made till now. We have one room ready. This is our future living room. and the tiles are already installed here. We only have to add the finishing wall skirt tiles here. In this room we will have no walls, and we also have to finish the joints. Yesterday we've been to the shop to buy some more mortar, and we took a catalog with color samples, so we have to choose the right color for our joints. This is the three closest colors to our tiles. We are just thinking to choose one of them. They are from the Caracol sample catalog for the material we will use for the joints. We use the same brand for the mortar, and we are quite happy with it. Very strong mortar. The tiles are very well attached to the floor. For now, I'm thinking the gray one will be. Milan, what do you think?
For the grey one as well, because it's a bit more neutral, we can match to everything.
That one is too light for us, I think. The vendor from the shop suggested to put a bit darker color because these are floor tiles and the dust will go sooner or later between the tiles. So he said choose the color that will.
Or something darker, but I also think that for this
He said darker gray actually, that one, but I think it's too dark for our colors.
I also think something lighter will be better match for the room. And also it matches our furniture that we already have. So the grey one is, for me, the right choice.
Although our tiles are beige, with some a bit lighter and a bit darker brownish patterns, I think the gray will be better choice because they have slightly grayish nuance. And as Milen said, our furniture is beige and gray. Maybe the gray will be 05.
Yes, both colors are fine, but the grey one is the right one for me. Although I like the other one also, but it's too light and with the time it will probably
Get dirty.
get dirty. So
Especially when you live in a house in a village, sooner or later you end up with the shoes in your living room.
yeah, at some point. And also don't forget that we are planning to make another door here. That will be probably again external door. So
With stairs going to the garden.
yes, it will be entrance here practically. With this light color, it will get dirty very fast.
So for now we are for color 05. We'll let you know in some of the next videos what color we've chosen, and probably you'll see us installing it.
Yeah, maybe they will see it already finished, hopefully.
Okay. I think we did pretty good job here with the tile installation, having in mind that this was our first tile installation. We don't have any tiles that are not leveled well, and the joints are very well looking. Here in this corner, obviously we ended up with diagonal tiles. We had to cut a lot, many tiles, because the room was not square. So we did a good job that we started from the middle where the most part of the room will be visible, and the corners will have to hide all defects and all tiles that are not straight. But here, fortunately, we decided to have sofa, so this part with the ugly tiles won't be seen. We had a bit of trouble with the floor that our builder made. It's a bit rough, a lot of sand, a lot of small stones, so the installation goes a bit slowly. But our bigger concern was that the floor level will end up very high and we won't be able to open that door. Fortunately, it didn't happen. We have about 2 centimeters below that door. So everything is fine and we are quite happy with the result here. We continue our work in the next room. We also managed to put 2 rows of tiles in our future kitchen. So today we continue with the work. Here are all our machines and tools we use for the installation. We'll move them probably tomorrow in the room we did, and we'll continue with that room. And the other thing we were talking last night, that here where our kitchen finishes and where we'll probably have a door, we'll have to cut the tiles because they go a bit diagonally in the corridor, something we don't want and don't like. On this part, we'll just cut the tiles, and when we continue with the bedroom, we'll have the tiles in the corridor going straight. So this is the update for today. We will continue filming the process, and we hope by the end of May these tiles on the wall first floor without the corridor will be ready, and everything will be finished with the skirt tiles, with the joints, and ready for putting our furniture. This is the current state of our tiles installation. We are very close to finish the kitchen, but the work has been going very slowly because we have some issues with the floor. It has some curves and we have to use twice mortar as we expected, but slowly we are going there. We have about 2.5 rows of tiles and we'll finish that room. After that, we will go to the other room to continue with the floor tiles, and we'll move back here to put the skirt tiles on the walls and to finish the fuga. For now, this is our progress. It has been a month since we started the job here. Slower than we expected, but we like the result, so we will continue. Now it's the end of May, and hopefully till mid-June we'll finish with all this work and we'll move to the next stage. Of course, we'll continue filming the process, so if you are interested, subscribe to our channel for more updates of our house renovation. The work has been going slower than we expected. Currently, we are working on the bedroom floor tile, a few more rows, and the floor here will be done. Here in this room, we finally managed to finish the floor tiles. We did not have time to finish the joints, but we are happy the floor is done and we can finally walk without experiencing all the stones in our shoes. We did not finish the corridor, but 2 of the doors have to be removed and the entrance door too today. This is something we'll do in some of the next stages. We are happy finally things come in their places. Here we also have electricity, but for the lamps we have to wait a bit because we did not like anything in the shops. So we have to search something online and order it. But because it's the end of the year and Black Friday and stuff like that, all the orders are very slow. And we'll wait a bit for these things. For now, the year we will finish with the electricity connected and with the new door we are expecting today. It's 21st of November 2024 and we finally will see that door removed from our house. Hopefully it will turn well and we will finally be able to close that door. These are the final 2.5 tiles we have to put and we are done with this room. Today we did that part from the terrace door behind Milen and
Last tiles.
today we did that part from the terrace door behind Milen, who is buttering that tile right now.
2.5 more, right?
Yeah, 2.5 and now we are starting from here, from the door. We have just that corner and this room will be ready for the grout. I will be doing the grout this week. So when we go to our rented flat and take our stuff, the floor will be ready to put all the boxes.
Hopefully we find enough space for all the stuff we have in the other apartment.
But the other two rooms are ready, so the furniture we are bringing with us will be in the other room. Here we'll probably put the boxes with our belongings. As you can see, we don't have any furniture here.
And better.
Nothing.
It's impossible to work. And I hope you manage to finish the grounding here for 2 days.
I don't think it will be probably today is Monday by the end of this week.
Ooh.
But today we are doing the final push to finish this. We are really tired and we want to return these machines to the neighbor because we've been keeping the machines for far long.
Yeah, it took longer than we expected. Initially, I was very optimistic. I said, okay, 1-2 months and we're done. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but yeah, we had to work, we had to travel, and we had so many other things to do, so you can't put tiles all the day, just impossible. But I'm happy that we're finishing.
Plus in the summer it was so freaking hot.
Oh yeah, it was
So
impossible.
it wasn't impossible to
Yeah.
use any material. It was drying in 5 minutes. So we just cut installation of tiles in summer. It was 37 most of the time.
Yeah, we had to stop a few times for, one time we stopped for 2 or 3 months. I think we didn't have any possibility to work.
For the people that watch our videos, we will reveal that we started these tiles last year in May, end of April,
Yeah.
and we are now March 2025, and we are finally by the end of this job. So it was roughly 10 months, starting and stopping.
Much longer than expected, much longer. But yeah, I'm happy that it worked quite well. Well, I see some small defects here and there, some small issues, but yeah, first time putting tiles is always a bit tough, but otherwise it's nice.
The Murphy Law, the two most visible errors we made are on the places where we'll walk mostly in the middle of our living
And you
room.
will see all the time.
But it will be like every time we see that part, we will know that it's our error and we have to live with that. I don't think we'll change these styles by the end of our life, so we'll learn to live with that mistake.
I hope it won't be necessary to remove them because it won't be easy at all. I think putting tiles is easier than removing them. Maybe.
The amount of mortar we invested here, this first floor, was in total about 24 bags, 25 kilos each. So if we have to remove this thing, one day it will be nothing in common with the strict we removed to put this floor.
When you asked the seller, we told him how much square meters we have, and we asked him to try to calculate how much mortar we need. He said, I think 12, 13 packs should be fine. So it's double.
Obviously, he didn't know how our floor was done. It was, we paid to someone to level the floor, but I think it was very roughly done with too much sand. And this caused lots of troubles. Plus the level wasn't very good, so we used excessive amount of mortar, especially in the kitchen.
Especially in the kitchen, it was really difficult, and in fact, kitchen probably consumed 40% of our time.
I think so.
Yeah. This room, it was easy. It was
here in this small room, I think we used $4 or something.
$4, but how long it took here? I think 2 weeks or something to finish the room.
It looks nice, especially with the new door
It looks
and
nice.
everything with the white walls.
So how long it took for this one?
Maybe we worked 10 days
And this?
with the
Quite
breaks.
fast.
I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't obviously work every day. It's not physically possible.
No, it's not.
So,
Pain in the back, pain in the knees. It's not easy
so
job.
I have a question for you, Milen.
Yeah, tell me.
Now, when we are close to the end, if you have to do it again, would you do it?
Yeah, I think. Actually, I am pretty sure, 100%. See, it's kind of. It's nice to see that you've done this. And also, I don't think any worker will manage to work so long to choose all these patterns and things like that. I mean, if you hire someone, he'll just put the tiles, most probably. He won't play with the patterns, with the colors, things like
The
that.
way they come straight from the pocket,
Oh, yes.
from the box.
Yeah, because you can see, you have, let's say, 60 packets. You don't know what's inside because they're mixed.
Especially here, if you can see. Look at these two tiles. You have to open 3 boxes to match this pattern here. But these 2 tiles are meant to be together. This is my freaking designer's opinion. So you do it again. We have a bathroom project coming.
I'll do it again.
What you gonna do with the
I'm
tiles there?
thinking about this as well. Maybe I'll do the bathroom as well because each time we ask some company to do it, they try to play a bit tricky. We do just part of it, you find someone else to do the other part. How you can synchronize 2 or 3 companies to do everything? That means that the bathroom will be out of use for months, even 1 year. So maybe we'll hire someone to make the water installation, the electricity, and after that I can try my luck to put the tiles.
I think so. It might be better, although I don't know when it will be.
When I have time.
This is our only shower right now that functions in the house.
Yeah.
So without that bath, I don't know. With the laundry, it was easy. We were going to public one.
On the 2nd floor, we cannot touch the bathroom, unfortunately, until we fix the roof, because there is no logic to make a nice bathroom, and after that, when they demolish the old roof, put the new one, it will be really dirty. So I think it's better to wait. Some of the companies we already spoke about the bathroom, they prefer to make the bathrooms together. I don't know why. Just imagine you live in an apartment and you can't reach the 2nd floor. What you do? So I believe that it's possible to make the bathroom separately, but we'll see. Maybe we have to search for other company that agrees.
We will probably learn to do more new things ourselves, not just because it's very hard to find someone here, but price-wise, I mean, services here are really expensive.
Yeah. It's not just about that, but
For this house, we'll probably pay about 2,000.
The time you spend to explain, to show, is much more than you just sit and you do it yourself.
Recently, we had a conversation with a guy that was willing to do our roof. He sent us an offer.
I'll make a bit noise.
Okay. And that was,
Sorry?
I mean, the offer was half of the roof. No windows,
Yeah.
no pipes that will collect rainwater, just wooden material and tiles, nothing more.
Yeah, you search for other people to finish the job I started.
So what I'm gonna do,
Basically.
I'm going to find people that will do the other job. Will they be available at that time to do it? I mean, if I don't have the windows on the roof installed, how it's gonna be? I'll just feel the rain in my face through the holes left for windows. So this is funny stuff here.
We are not complaining. We just
No,
explain the
just-
situation.
I mean,
It's normal. Accept this situation like normal, but more you do yourself, better. And when you do it yourself, you will do it better, definitely. Even if it's not better, at least you know that you made the mistake, so no one else to blame. And yeah,
there will be no one to blame if you see
Yeah.
the ground is not ready.
I saw a lot of workers coming to our house, a lot of doers, and no one were perfect. No one. A lot of mistakes that they did as well. So even if you hire professionally, it doesn't guarantee that there won't be any mistakes. But you pay for that, and you pay a lot.
The guy that came to install these two doors said that we did great job. So he's got about 20 years experience in the industry. So this is a good compliment.
Yeah, actually, the doors are mounted very, very well. Most of them.
You know, maybe some people that watch our videos and watch the way we install tiles will say, no, you are not doing it that way. I think the right way is the way that works for you.
Yeah, this is
So-
the right way.
Professionals, please excuse us. We are doing it for us. It's not our business. But since the tiles are on their places, nothing has fallen yet. I think we did good job.
I think the same. And again, even if you make some mistakes, it will be your mistakes. Okay.
So, end of
Let's
this
work.
month, we are going to our rented flat, hoping to collect our stuff in boxes, to arrange a transport, and to finally stop paying for rent. We've been paying rent for how many years? I think in this specific flat, 9 years. Before that, in Malta. Before that, in Spain. So I think we are really tired of this.
Yeah.
I think if you calculate, in the end of the day, we'll probably spend the amount of half of the house here
Not maybe more.
in rents. Not mentioning how many deposits have been stolen.
Well, the deposits you never see back. So, unfortunately. Okay.
So we'll show you the final result in, I think, 20 minutes. And this is the final tile.
The last one.
The last one.
Probably mistaken. Okay.
The last nail in the coffin. There was a
Yeah.
book like.
Yes. Last one. I want more tiles. Okay, joking.
I think you're gonna miss that exercise.
I need some rest. My back especially needs a lot of rest after the tiles. But yeah, we are done. First floor, perfect.
I don't know about your.
We have just two bathrooms, one corridor. No, actually two corridors.
I
and
don't know
another
about
floor.
your back, but my knees are hurting me and
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got grout.
That's why I have support here. But yeah, okay, really, I'm happy to see this is the last one. And start planning the next big project. The tiles are done.
I was hoping the next big project will be our kitchen, but we have to pause that a bit.
Kitchen is not a big project, it's a small one. That was a plane?
That
Oh.
was a tractor. The season for agricultural work started already. So here the street is buzzing with tractors and every machine you can imagine.
Yeah, I have noise cancellation activated, so the guys probably won't hear that, but we're here like on highway, but with tractors, not with cars.
So we just have to clean the top of these tiles.
You still have the grounding, but Diana is the only person that can do that. I don't have this patient. She repeats 5-6 times until she's perfectly happy with the grounding.
Diana is a quality freak. She can't stand when someone does the job not properly. That's why she knew and will do it herself. I will, of course, show you how it looks when it's done.
Yep.
This is all for today.
Yeah, enough.
It's 4:30. It's time for afternoon coffee.
Absolutely.
We are finishing this corner, and this morning we are working from 11, so it's time to cut off.
See you next video.
Bye. If you want to follow our house renovation progress, please subscribe to our channel.